exact saying, but he said it perfectly. He basically said that money is, if you're going to go to war, get your money right.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely. What are we sending to Ukraine right now?
Money.
Billions of dollars.
That we printed.
Money. What do we send to Israel? Money. Money, money, money. Right? So if I feel like I'm going to go to war, I need money. And even in this war I've been in, even when I went to jail, right? Not a lot of people understand how the legal system works, but the process itself is a punishment. The day I was arrested, all of my bank accounts were frozen. All of my cars were seized.
That's scary, dude.
Yeah, all of my cars were seized. All of my diamond watches were taken. $900,000 in cash was taken. Gold bars was taken. All of my value was taken, right? So since January, technically, I haven't had access to a dollar. It's now been a year, and I don't have a penny, according to DCAW and the Romanian legal system. Luckily, I have some good friends who look after me. But let's say...
You winked at me like I had that funds.
But
I don't.
They've taken everything officially.
So you still don't have your stuff back?
No, of course not. So this is my
Why
point.
are you still here?
Well, I can't leave.
But, okay, are you going to leave once you can? Because I feel like they just proved that you can't speak here either.
Well, that's the thing that's scary. If you can't speak here, which is the most Christian country on earth. You know, Romania, outside of Vatican City, is the most Christian country on the planet.
98%, and then the other two are like a different denomination.
That's right. Most Christian country on the planet. And all I'm talking about is traditional masculinity, and I got hit.
Are you upset with them for what they did, or do you feel like they had valid reasons to do what they did?
As a man, you have to take self-accountability for absolutely everything. I'm still upset with what they've done. However, there are equal opposing forces inside of Romania, one trying to lock me up and one that keeps setting me free.
And that's going to be everywhere.
Yeah, so I have people in this country on my team. The whole country's not against me, or I never would have got out. So
do you feel like they're more moving towards your direction?
This will be dropped. I'm not going to be found guilty because I haven't done anything wrong. But
and if you don't mind me asking, what did they try to pin you for?
They accused me of human trafficking. They accused me of using the lover boy method, which is convincing girls by being nice to do a job to take the money from the girls. Because I told two of my friends who are girls how to get big on TikTok.
That's why all of this happened to you?
Yeah.
So did somebody else plant this on you?
Oh, yeah, the Matrix.
Okay, gotcha.
You got too big. Your ability to speak, which that's a side point. Let me just finish here about when I was talking about money and gearing up for war. Since January, I haven't had access to a single dollar. Now, I'm me, right? So perhaps I have very rich friends. Perhaps I was paranoid and prepared. Perhaps I have multiple identities. Who knows how I pulled it off to have all new cars again, right? But most humans could not survive getting grabbed from their house in January, all of their bank accounts frozen, every app on their phone taken away from them, their passport seized, thrown in a cell, and then taken out of that cell, locked in their house for 5 months, and then even when they're allowed out of the house, they still don't have a dollar. How do you pay the rent? How do you pay the bills? How do you feed people? And this is what's actually interesting, because when I was in jail, my number one concerns were not for me. My biggest concerns when I was in jail was for everyone I care about. Yeah. I'd get my phone time, and I'd be on the phone like, okay, and they're like, what's going on? What's going on? I'm like, listen, we only have 5 minutes.
Let me make sure you get paid.
Is this paid? Yeah. Are you okay? Do you need this? Do you need that? I just spent all my time trying to look after other people from a prison cell with seized bank accounts.
Did you think you were going to come out?
No. I thought I was there for a very long time. I thought I was stuck. I thought it was over. I was sitting there talking to people who were there, been there for 4 years without trial, my friend. Everyone around me had been there for years without trial.
When you were put on house arrest,
yeah.
Was there any moment that you cried from like happiness? It was like, I'm out. I can't believe I'm out.
I never cried from happiness. And I never cried from sadness, because I think crying is an act in and of itself. To cry is to sit and cry. I didn't do that. I did have tears run down my face.
Hey man, that's crying.
No, it's not, because I was busy. Having tears run down my face as I'm doing push-ups, or tears run down my face as I'm organizing the school for my child and my voice isn't breaking, is different than sitting and crying. I didn't sit and dedicate myself to crying. I didn't sit and do the act of crying. My eyes leaked as I achieved. That's what happened to me when I was inside of jail.
What made your eyes leak the most? What was the most concern that was on your heart?
My concern was for everybody else.
The number one, though, who's the person that you were like, I need to make sure that I look good in their eyes and I need to make sure that they're good?
Of course I can answer that my children, but my children are actually quite young, so they weren't overly concerned, because at their age, you know, dad's away, whatever. I'm not entirely sure. I think it was just an overarching view of everything. And I felt a frustration because I had built this monumental empire and it got seized from me, which is a whole nother conversation we can go down when you talk about ownership and property and how the matrix works.
You don't own anything.
Well, you never do.
I mean, you owned all this, but then they're like,
That's right. So what do you own? You own the body you're in, perhaps, but then they force you to get a vaccine, so maybe you don't own that anymore. You own your soul. You can own your thoughts, but then that belongs to God. So then what do you even own now on this planet? Because I have people say to me all the time, oh, I'd love to buy a house. I own my house. You don't own that house. You have to pay property taxes every month. And if you don't pay them, they'll take it off you. You're renting it from the government. Piss the government off and you'll see how long you own your house. Because I tell you what's going to happen. They're going to turn up with a piece of paper and say it's ours. Done. Happened to me. So you never even own anything on this earth, no matter how much money you have, right? Which also puts money in perspective. All it is the time and energy of other people. It's all it's good for. You can buy a Bugatti, but you don't own that Bugatti. You can drive it a bit if they let you. And piss the matrix off enough, they'll take that off you too. So the whole world, if you actually start analyzing how it all works, is interesting. But yeah, my concerns in jail were for absolutely everybody else. And that's perhaps why I'm gearing up for war so heavily, because I believe that this war can't be avoided. And a lot of people ask me, why with my money do I not do one of two things, which is one, vanish. Because I could just delete everything and shut up, right? I could just go away.
but that's not you.
That's not me, and I think that God would be disappointed in me. So I think God's given me this platform to tell the truth, so I'm going to do it. Or the second thing is I could sell out to the system. I could cut.
It's also not you.
It's not me. I could sell to the system, say what they want me to say, promote the things they want me to promote, sell shit to kids, be a piece of shit, and then they'll let me live.
But then you just remove the only thing that you do own, and it's your soul.
Absolutely.
And you don't want them to take that away.
No, exactly. I need to keep something.
Yeah.